Today, I set out on a journey to save Isla Nublar. This project consists of me restoring Isla Nublar. I set out on a journey by making a new challenge in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And today, I'm going to try to get a precious 5-star rating on my park to complete the restoration project of Isla Nublar. Watch till the end to enjoy the video. To start off the park, I placed down an expedition and science center and a response facility. Those are necessary if you want to get a 5-star park. I also placed down some amenities for guest comfort. And speaking of guest comfort, you need to have at least one dinosaur in your park to unlock a restroom, emergency shelter, and small hotel. So I got started on a dinosaur enclosure by adding forest, water, a fence, and a hatchery. But you can't have a dinosaur enclosure without dinosaurs, so I sent out an expedition team to Portugal to gather some Ceratosaurus DNA, so I could at least have one dinosaur in the park to unlock that restroom, emergency shelter, and small hotel. And look at all the space I have. Luckily, my dig team came back with plenty of fossils, so I wouldn't have to send out another expedition to gather more Ceratosaurus DNA. While my Ceratosaurus eggs were incubating, I got offered a monthly contract and decided to discover something new. AKA, I gotta research something, and I chose to research the guest attraction. A guest attraction would increase my park's appeal by a lot, but now it was time to release the Ceratosaurus, 4 of them, into the park. I also started research on the paleomedical facility so I could treat the dinosaurs if they ever got sick. Unlocking the guest attraction gave me access to an innovation center as well. Innovation centers are worth incredibly high appeal, and they'd be an excellent addition to the park. The park was going well until I found out that one of my Ceratosaurus had found a breakout opportunity due to a missing forest. So I made sure to dispense a live prey feeder and add plenty of forest. But for some reason the forest wasn't enough because one of my Ceratosaurus had broken out. I immediately sent a capture team to tranquilize him while I, let's just say, had some fun. And by fun, I meant running into a bathroom, terrorizing guests. But eventually, I did repair the fence like a good employee. Or let's just say CEO. For some reason, all the guests were running off the path, probably because there was a loose Ceratosaurus in the city. But once the incident calmed down, they soon headed back to their paths. Once the incident calmed down, I started work on my next enclosure and got offered a contract to research the tour ride, so that's what I did. And then I started construction on my tour ride, and I thought, no time like the present to build this tour ride because I'm getting a brand new enclosure. And with my new enclosure came new dinosaurs, so I sent out a dig team to Argentina to gather some Herrerasaurus DNA. This would be a welcomed addition to the park. I checked my income and I am making $272,000 per minute, but I need more dinosaurs in my park to impress my guests. I wanted to research the zipline, but at first I had to research the viewing tower, and the zipline would be an awesome attraction to have in the park. Meanwhile, my dig team came back with a few fossils, and luckily I didn't have to send out another expedition team to gather more because I had more than enough. I also decided to have some fun with the Ranger team truck. Enjoy this fun while it lasts. But then my Herrerasaurus were done, so I released them via airlift into their new enclosure.
Asset requiring collection. Heading to collect.
I also sent out my research team to research the wide path, because my park was really starting to get popular, and my guests were not happy with the skinny paths. This definitely fixed my park rating, because earlier, my park rating wasn't the best because of the skinny paths, but now with these new and improved paths, my park rating has gone up quite a bit. I also found out that one of my Herrerasaurus was a danger to one of the vehicles on the tour ride. So I went into first person to get a good look at my Herrerasaurus. I also placed down some more amenities to improve the amenity coverage in my park, and also my money. And dang, my guests are really liking these wider paths. I also started up a new enclosure at the other end of the park, because I have unlocked the deadliest small carnivore in the game, the Velociraptor, and I was about to send out a dig team to get them, but first I had to make this enclosure for them, and it needed to be big because the raptors liked their space, and we cannot have any raptors breaking out. I also constructed a monorail as well, because there's no other way to get to the other park, and if I did it with paths, the guests wouldn't be that happy. And before I sent out my dig team to get Velociraptor DNA, I started on working on the other end of the park by adding amenities, hotels, restrooms, etc. I sent out a dig team and they came back with 5 Velociraptor fossils. I was going to have to do 2 extractions though, but at least I don't have to do 2 expeditions. I also set the new enclosure up with some viewing galleries, because why have raptors when you can't view them to your guests? And just about when I was going to get the raptors, I sent out a ranger team to repair the fence, because my Ceratosaurus decided to break out again. Man, those annoying little pests. And I figured with all the breakouts happening, I would research a stronger fence so that there would be a lower chance of breakouts. I also added a hamster ball / gyrosphere attraction to our new raptor exhibit so people could get a close-up look at the raptors from a safe, bulletproof hamster ball. And to make sure the raptors were really happy, I added loads of forest in because the raptors really like their forest. I also added a zip line in, but I got distracted when my Herrerasaurus started fighting. But I had to sell a Velociraptor because they found a breakout target on the fence and I cannot have the raptors breaking out. That is way too dangerous. I also placed more zip lines around the park, above every single dinosaur enclosure. Speaking of attractions, I also started research on an aviary so I could introduce flying reptiles into the park. Once the aviary was done and I added everything, I used the drone to get a cool look at it. Look, isn't it beautiful? And just imagine flying reptiles flying around here. It would be awesome and excellent for our guests. Now I'm just gonna let you enjoy this show. Long story short, a raptor broke out. Once all the chaos had been, done, I sent out an expedition team to Brazil to get some Sierradactylus DNA. Sierradactylus was a flying reptile, and it would be awesome to add in the aviary. My dig team came back with a good number of fossils for the Sierradactylus, and at the time, I could not wait to add this into the aviary. But this marks the end of today's video because my raptors were about to break out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This video took me so long to edit. I had 2 hours, 5 minutes of footage, and I edited down into less than 10 minutes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2. Also, my raptors broke out after I was done recording this, so I immediately stopped. Anyways, bye-bye.